So the failure cycle is in 4 key steps, as you can see here on the screen. The 4 steps are excitement, okay, which you're pretty easy to see the excitement in this group. Everyone's excited, like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this, and I did my first cleanse day, and I'm woo, and I'm, you know, this is the excitement. Oh wow, you know, like we get 600-700 views on a goal setting video, and then, you know, each video that comes in, maybe like a little less, and then it's like, okay. Then you hit stage number 2, all right, which is avoidance. You start avoiding things like the group, or you avoid, you know, you start to like move away or come off track of your plan. Like, oh, I didn't have my second shake today because of that, or I didn't do my cleanse because of this, or, you know, you start to, I don't know, just avoid being a part of this community. You avoid touching base with your coach. You just avoid, you switch off, and they're like, where did you go? That's you. If you're doing that, you're already in the avoidance stage, okay? And if you're in the avoidance stage, then highly likely you're not even watching this live. So, and I know it's only the first week, right? So what happens after avoidance? What happens after you disappear, okay? Then you'll start to go through the excuses phase. Now, what's really funny about it, well, it's not funny, but what's interesting is people will say, I know it's an excuse, but, okay? So they're trying to justify the excuse. The thing with winning, whether it be in your body, in your relationships, in your financial life, in your career, whatever it is, the thing with winning is that the market and the world, it doesn't understand genuine excuses or made up excuses. It can't decipher between the two. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care. No one, coaches don't care about excuses, because they're excuses. No matter how serious or important those are, if you're truly committed to your goal, nothing can ever stop you. So if you're doing things like doing the old chicken, it's called the chicken. Yeah, but. Right, if you're doing that, you're in the excuse phase, and you'll be saying things like, I know it's an excuse, but, okay, that if you're doing that, then you're in the excuse phase, okay? So if you're there, you need to be aware of it and come back out of the excuse phase and say, I am responsible, I'm actually not achieving my goals, and I'm not, because they're not important to me. And so own up to it and say it. I'm not achieving my goals because they're not important to me. Cool, own that. Don't say, yeah, but, okay? Own. You are solely responsible for everything you have in your life right now and everything you don't have in your life right now. It's your fault, okay? I say to myself all the time, because I don't have this, it's my fault, my fault, my fault, my fault. People are like, don't be so hard on yourself. And if I'm not going to be hard on myself, no one else is, because no one is hard on each other, okay? So don't be soft on yourself, toughen up, and say, and just take complete ownership of it, all right? If you're not where you want to go or where you want to be, it is totally take full responsibility for that. It's called owning it, okay? It's called extreme ownership. You have to own where you're at and where you're going, all right? Whether it be, if you're failing, own it. If you're winning, own it, okay? But don't create excuses. So that's the 3rd stage of the failure cycle, okay? Excuses. And it's very common, all right? So if you see or experience yourself doing that, retract. Go back to the excitement phase. So the final stage of the failure cycle is the blame stage. The blame stage. Okay, this is about like blaming everyone else but yourself for where you're at, okay? Oh, my husband or my wife wasn't supportive. Oh, the kids had to do this and they had lunches and there's leftovers. You know, the system doesn't work. You know, it's a bit like riding a bike and you fall off and it's not the bike's fault. You know, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. It's a blaming thing, okay? You're blaming other people for where you're at, okay? So again, it's about taking ownership. It's not anyone else's fault but yours, and live into that, okay? So if you're in those, you'll see this happen with people. It's very, very common. Oh, I'm super excited, I'm going to go crush it. Oh, I've disappeared for a couple of days, I'm kind of avoiding. And then, you know, oh, well, I could have, but, and then, oh, was not, well, you know, if that hadn't happened, it's a blame stage. So you can see how that whole failure cycle happens. So usually it's because this happens because you got the wrong goals And if you have the wrong goals, go back and watch the original, the very first video I did on goal setting. You have unclear focus, okay? And you have no priority on that goal. And you don't have an action plan. You should all have action plans right now, okay? And the fourth one, probably the biggest one, is mental barriers, okay? So I think you've all sorted out your 1, 2, 3s. I think that's sorted in here. If you haven't, then you should go back and watch that first live I did. But I'm pretty confident everyone's done that. So the fourth one, mental barriers. Now, mental barriers is, it's called negative self-talk. It's not, you don't suffer from mental illness. You don't suffer from poor mental health. If you're having really serious negative self-talk, like I hate myself, I hate my body, I can't believe this, I'm not good enough, all that stuff, that's not mental sickness. That's just a shitty mindset. Okay, it's just it's a poor mindset. It's a weak mindset. It's weakness. There's no inner toughness in you. Okay, there's no, like, your inner person is it's not tough. You haven't developed the toughness inside of you. Okay. And all that is just practice over and over again of changing your thoughts. Because if you've got negative self-talk in your head, you're not good enough. All that happens is you keep saying it over and over again. The synapses in your brain start to become more prolific. They become bigger, more fused together in that pathway. So if that pathway keeps getting talked about in your mind, they just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's hard to break. So it's not mental illness or mental health issues. It's just negative self-talk. You've got to change it, okay? And how you change it is you just lie to your brain. That's all you do. You just say, I am great. I am worth it. I'm amazing. I'm the best. I'm dead sexy at this weight. Like, I'm the best. You just have to create that bravado in your mind. And there's no other way to do it than just positive self-talk. Positive self-talk. Writing goals, doing affirmations and things over and over again in the mirror every single day is a way to develop that callus in your mind to be tough, okay? No one's going to get you out of this but you. And you've got to create that, like, Navy SEAL toughness in your mind, okay? Everyone can do it. It's just about changing it to positive self-talk, okay? All these events that happened in your past about why this happened, just accept that they happened and they don't dictate your future, okay? So if you were like, if you had issues with your weight and stuff when you were a kid, you need to move past those old stories, unpack them and say, yep, that happened then, but that's not me now, and move forward and say, I'm unstoppable, okay? So things like, I'm falling off the wagon. Don't use words or metaphors like that. Just say, flip up, I'm back in, I'm unstoppable, let's go, okay? You just keep moving forward, all right? So you want to use strong words in your mind, like I can, I will, not weak words, okay? So select strong words in your vocabulary, in your inner dialogue, all right? So that's that part, the failure cycle. Be aware of it. If you're in those stages, retract back to excitement and understand why you got your goals and why you want them and what's important about them, okay? Now, the next piece is this. The people who are in the avoidance stage, in the excuse stage, in the blame stage, in the failure cycle, they're always like this. Go on without me. Okay, they're martyrs, what we call martyrs. And if you're a martyr, if you're doing this, go on without me, then you're a martyr. What you've done is you put yourself up on the cross like, oh, I'm sacrificing myself for the greater good of the whatever it is, okay? No one cares. That's tough. I know it's a hard line, but that's a weak mindset in your own mind, okay? So if you see yourself doing this or feel it, just flip it totally and be like, I'm leading this brigade. I'm leading this, okay? Whether you believe it or not yourself, tell yourself over and over again, you will be. All right, don't be this guy, okay? So now I want to talk to you about even if mindset training, okay? This is super, super valuable to you, so just pay attention here for a second. We're almost done. Even if mindset training is this. Ready? You remember your goals from the first week? I will lose 5 kilos in the next 30 days because I finally want to feel confident in a bikini this summer. Great goal, right? Even if comes in, ready? Even if my kids come home with uneaten lunches, I will lose 5 kilos in the next 30 days because I finally want to feel confident in a bikini this summer. Even if my husband eats pizza in front of me on a cleanse day, I will lose 5 kilos in the next 30 days because I finally want to feel confident in a bikini this summer. Even if someone's birthday at work and they bring in cake to eat, all right? Even if I get super hungry on my cleanse day, even if my friend's birthday is on and they all want to go out drinking, Even if I make progress and the voice in my head says, go on, you deserve a treat. You're going to get to your goal even if that happens. Isn't that interesting that I just made that comment at the end, and a lot of you are thinking, I know that voice, I know that voice. That's the lizard, that's the perpetrator, that's the what we call the invader. It's the one that you want to listen to that voice, okay? So how about you, if you really are serious about your goals, you'd write this down. I'm going to get to my goal even if this happens, even if that happens, even if this happens. And these are all your even ifs, kind of like your worst case scenarios, like all the stuff that like threw you off the wagon, so to speak, before. You have to put them down and own them and know that they're there, okay? I'm going to get this even if this happens, all right? So that is the end of the training. So I want to finish with this. If this is the first time you've tried, not the first time, it will be many times you've tried to get in shape, but this program truly is the final step, okay? Because if you follow this consistently for 30, 60, and 90 days, you're just going to get results, okay? Be aware that it's not always going to be strict like this, okay? So don't judge your future success based on how you're feeling right now. It's all going to change. But if not this, then what else? If you don't own it now, if you don't make this go now, and this challenge with all this support and all this community and all these tools and all these things, if not this, then what? What are you going to do? Okay? And if not now, like right now, when? When is there going to be a great time to get a good body and extend your life on earth? Honestly, when is that a good time? There's never going to be a good time. Just now. Just make the decision now, okay? Now. And if you quit, then be okay with going back to the way things were. Thank you, I'm Lloyd Ross, and I will see you on the next live. Stay strong. Hang tough.